Good morning, everybody. Well, welcome to Thursday morning. It's 7:50 in the morning over here in the West on the 9th of April. Can you believe it's already April? It's like, what the heck is going on, man? It's Thirsty Thursday and I don't want to work. Well, anyway, everybody has to do something, right? Well, I got a delivery here. I have a delivery here in less than an hour, about an hour, and maybe an hour and 15 if it's right. So I gotta do the morning report just a hair early, and the morning show will be postponed today. So let's get right into it. Today. Solar wind right now is 358. Proton density is 1. We had an M1 flare yesterday. Check it out, man. Oh, it's today, but bang, for me it was yesterday. Just barely a little over an M, and then it shut down. Shut down. Boom. Way less. Like, it lasted, probably the kick up started at about 7:10, and by 10:50 was already done. So let's go ahead and look at where the flare hit in the world today. Doing this one. Let's say zooming in, right? Oh yeah. So it looks like over India was lit up a little bit, and here we go. It should go bouncing over the Middle East. Oh, it's going to hit the Middle East. Yeah, go figure. Yep, right there. The Strait of Hormuz got boomed again. That might be an indicator of what's going to happen. I guess the latest news is that Strait of Hormuz is blocked right now, and damn Iranians are saying it's blocked. So everybody's afraid to go in there. So, they shoot their little missiles and they'll blow up your ship, but these little sons of bitches need to be... Wait, I can do it better. Yeah, and all of a sudden, boom, right? Boom, baby. Anyway, they need to be smoked. And unfortunately for us, we're trying to save lives rather than take lives. And it's a good quality that we have, but the world takes advantage of it, and these cocksuckers really do. And however, if you think that, this war wasn't purposeful, you got to think again. Number one, we took out the leader over in Venezuela, right? Or, yeah, I think it was Venezuela, right? Yeah, something like that, yeah. And took that guy out because he was feeding China, 30%, 40% of his oil at a lower discounted price, right? So, okay. Now we take out Iran, which gives another 60% of their oil to Japan or China. See, China's been hardballing it with us on trade because they want to put us under. So our president is working on many different levels. And the greatest of these levels is that we put China back in the back seat where they belong right now. The CCP doesn't give 2 cents about you. Never will. So you thinking that the CCP is good, well, you're an idiot. They're just like the Russians and the mentality of communism, the mentality of socialism. Now, that's not to say that what we have in our Western society, a commercial society where free trade and that kind of trade like that isn't bad or good. See, it isn't supposed to do the things that the church is supposed to do, which is what? We're supposed to take care of the poor, take care of the widows, take care of those who are in need. That's the job of the church. Why did we suddenly give it over to the government to do? And now that the government's going to take away, redesignate your Social Security to be a governmental subsidy, wait, didn't we all pay into it? Isn't it our money? And we loan it to the government to put away for us so that they invest it and make more money for us? Well, shoot howdy. You know, that's danger zone, man. Let me tell you, that is straight up danger zone, thinking that way. But needless to say, a couple of M flares in the last 2 days. Like this one was almost an M. It was a C 8.9, and then we had an M1, right? I think the peak was right there, 1.07. So just barely, bing, bing, right? This one didn't quite make it. It was going, and then bang, bang, bing, right? Let's go ahead and see if we can see the flare that took place a couple hours ago. And let's see where it came from, eh? Got to download it. Hey, Canuck, just got a call. They want to do both eyes on Monday at 2:20. All right, we'll be praying for you, my brother. So I should be a cyborg by far. Yeah, make one red, one blue. Then you're going to see in 3D. There's the flare. Oh, boy. Yeah, unless there's another one. Maybe. No, I thought that was the flare. Oop. There's a little one too. Right there. There's the flare right there. Right on the edge. Just in time for it to say hello and goodbye. So we know that it's not the new sunspot, and it's the old one that just kicks butt. Probably here 44 or 44. I can't even read that now. 06 or 03 or 09. One of those kicked over one, and yeah, that's what kicked off that solar flare we just had. Now, solar flares are increasingly likely from the sun's western limb, which we just saw. 4013 and 4409 have beta, gamma, delta magnetic fields harbored energy for M flares or better. And that's what we just got here. Right? 14 and 15 don't seem to be too bad right now. So it's 13 and 09 right over there. So there you have it. That's probably what did it for us. So well, as astronomers we talked about this yesterday. Yeah, April 4th, they thought this grazing comet C2026 A1 was gonna go around the sun. Well, it just went right into the sun. So we do have another chance to see another comet. We should be able to see it pretty well, and that should happen. Let me see what the date would be. Today being the 9th, here's a sky map. And looks like comet right here. It's not. I'm not going to be able to see it here. Let me see. Mercury, Neptune, Saturn, Pisces, Pegasus, Aquarius. Well, that's looking east before sunrise. So looking as the sun rises, you'll see this comet right there, Pan stars. So that might be interesting to see, right? And that's on the 9th. On the 10th, same spot, right? And so looking into the east. And the 12th, yeah, same spot, just dipping down a little bit, just above the horizon, right? And we'll do on the 15th, and you'll see it dipping here. So slowly moving down there, right? Should be super bright. You'll see Mercury down on the, and Mars down on the horizon on the 15th. So over the weekend, we should see something. If you take a picture, send it to me, and I'll post it. No solar, well, there's a bit of a coronal hole. This is where the Zapparini hit. And we got some mild coronal holes. This thing right here might pose a problem for us. This sunspot here might kick up. They're not thinking it will, but it looks to me like it might. 35% chance for an M. X is at 10%. Today is the 9th. There is one rock, and it's between us and the moon, just like yesterday's rock was a half the distance to the moon. Still far enough for the people to land this weekend, and what half the lunar distance is basically 150 to 175 million miles away, or 1,000 miles away, sorry. And Artemis 2 is not that quite far, I don't believe. Let's look up, where is Artemis 2 right now? Oh, God, my shoulder hurts. Where is Artemis 2 right now? It's on its okay, traveling back from the moon with over 118,000 miles of distance from the lunar surface. All right, so it's in the middle there somewhere, and I hope it's not anywhere near real time. Let me see, real time tracker. Oh, God bless it. I'm not going to subscribe. Terms of policies. All right. I don't consent to anything. No. Back. Florida Today. Well, screw you, Florida Today. Real-time mission. Here we go. So here's Orion right here. It went around the moon. I don't know what the distance is here. Well, there's a couple of hey! All right. A couple of comets out there, right? Why is my... All right, so... stop! I don't want... Stop! There you go. Shut that damn thing off. So, yeah, it's on its way back home. I don't know how far it is. It says the speed is 4,384 kilometers an hour. Distance is 240,119 miles. No, kilometers. 150,000 miles. All right, 150,000 miles. All right, so this rock today at 0.7 348,401 divided by 106 1.6 2017 or 217,000 miles, and multiplied by 0.07, right? Yeah. So 217, basically 200,000 miles. So yeah, they're pretty, they're pretty close to the damn booger. Yeah. So I wonder if we can just take a look at this booger where he's at, because there is that rock that we're watching, right? All right, so come on. It's coming out of the north, it looks like. And it zooms. It may have already. Yeah, it looks like it zoomed already by us. No. Come here. And it might have zoomed by us already, so that would be good if it did. Let's see, how big is this one? it's it's bigger than the rocket ship that's out there. 17 meters in diameter, so over 30 feet, over 50 feet actually. So that would be kind of upsetting if it bopped it, and yeah, that would be kind of upsetting. Considering we don't need that to happen. Real life. While the Orion was traversing around the moon, asteroids hit the moon. And there's a lot of asteroids out there. And I'm watching them disappear on this map here. Coming and going. And ones we know about. Their font sucks. Yeah, I mean, good news for Canuck getting his eyes, new glasses in his eyeballs and cataracts removed. He'll be down for a couple of days probably after that. How are you going to get home, Canuck, after the surgery? You won't be able to. You have to have your eyes covered, I think, right? You need somebody to take you. You got your bestie. Maybe your bestie will help you out on that. Let's see what else we got going on here. Lasco. Okay, here's Lasco right now. Looking at what's happening. See if that little M. Oh, there's something that went off. There's something that went off. There's that. Hey, did you see it? There's the diving comet, right there, that most people missed, right there. This was on the 8th, yesterday. Oh, no, that's another one. Diving down. There's another one cruising out. Another sun-grazing comet, right? Dying comet. It dies into the sun. Let's look at this one. We saw a couple explosions come off the sun right here as that comet dove into the sun. And then another one. Okay, that's 8. We're on the 9th. Yeah, very hard to see that little booger right there diving into the sun with this one. This is Lasco 3, a little further away. But it's always interesting to me to see this diving comet into the sun to its death. Oh no, it's a spaceship. It's gonna go and take the energy from the sun. Oh my God. Some of the things people say are just freaking far out. Yeah, Denise. Because he's got serious issues is why. With cataracts in both eyes where he almost goes blind. But crazy there, man. What else we have? Planet positions. You want to know where Uranus is, and right there. Here's Earth. Here's Merc. Here's Mars. All right. If we're looking east, we'll see that in the morning. We'll also see that comet that's flying through our universe looking east. All right. Somewhere out here. It's not going to give me a... It's not going to give me a... We're looking at east. Pisces. Oh, Cancer's up here. Gemini. West is Virgo and Libra. I don't know. When I was geocentric, I don't know. We see Aries in the night sky. No, Orion. We see Orion in the night sky right now for us. Looking west, that is. But hey, whatever. We enjoyed looking at the stars the other night, my wife and I. Looking at the tremors for the Pacific Northwest. 720. Look at Vancouver get off, man. Oh, still a bunch down here in the Trinity National Forest. But Vancouver, whoa. That's pretty amazing right there. That's a lot. So there's 720 epicenters. Half of them or so are up here in Vancouver. There was an earthquake up in that area, Canada. Yesterday we reported it, right up here. 5.0 that took place on the 5th. And still small little earthquakes happening right in this area over the last month. Here's another 4 that happened on the 8th. So that happened on the 8th. Vancouver's down here. Right, a couple of small little earthquakes that have come in recently. Some explosions across Canada due to probably fracking on Alberta there and the like. But notice how these lines come down here and then make a left-hand turn. Yes, left-hand turn. That's not a right-hand turn, right? You can look at the direction. Boop. Yeah. Or it's breaking up here and it's making room for this to break free to go that way. And then up in here you can see that as well. That's probably, see a line and a line. We'll see. I gotta make sure I monitor the delivery. Yeah, we're still alive. Cool. 9:50. All right, 2 stops away. All right, so I have a very short time frame to continue this. The buoys. Let's look at the drunk Chinaman out there. I don't see any right now. Right. These things will catch when a fisherman's net or a submarine runs against the wire, or a big fish will do the same. So nothing happening in the buoys today. In the volcano news, according to Volcano Discovery, what made the news today, April 9th, 2026, Santa Guido, Fuego, Simiru, Shivalush, Ibu, Dacono, Reventador, and Mayon. So to me, it looks like Guatemala, that's Santa Guido and Fuego. Simiru is Indonesia, off of Java. Shivalush is in Kamchatka, and that's Russia. Ibu, Dacono is Halamarhara, that's in just south of the Philippines. Reventador is in Ecuador, which is just south of Colombia, and Mayon back to the Philippines. So right away they start with a name that's not in the news, but it's made the news. Possible emissions coming out of Sangay in Ecuador. Santa Guido doing a 14. Ibu doing 7,000. Reventador doing 14,000. Simiru 15,000. And Shivalush 27,000. That's down a bit. It was popping out 30s, 35. And yesterday I did a 30. So today is 27,000 feet. It's a 10,000 foot mountain that blew out its side, but it had a cap, filling the chamber. And that thing swelled up and went poof, popped to like 50,000, 40,000 feet. And it's been exploding ever since, with ash flying up in the air. So maybe the Pacific Northwest will get a little bit of that crap. Probably have already. Dacono and Halamarhara, 8,000. Ibu and Dacono, 7,000 and 8,000, respectively. 10,000 feet out of Mayon, central Philippines. And I think it's about 10,000 feet, maybe 11,000 feet. 8,000 on that one. Canloan is 10,000 feet. or 9, I mean. So Mayon is 8,000, almost 9, and north central Philippines, and it's been popping for a pretty good 2-3 weeks. Canloan, I just talked about Canloan, 9,000 feet. So it's just smoking. So the Philippines are rocking and rolling. South of that, maybe, a couple hundred miles. I mean, I can show you on a USGS map. Make it easy for you. I'll put the little terrain on there for you and close that and zoom over here. Here the Philippines are, right? So Mayon is up in, I think it's up in here. Maybe up in here. The other one, Canloan, is right up in here. I think, wait, just easy. I have them written down on this one. I apologize. Dun, 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 dun. So go to this one, go to volcanoes. And zooming in. That's where the 7 hit. 6.9, yeah. Mayon is right here. Canloan is right here. So both of these islands are banging, all right? Halmahera right here has Ibu and Dacono banging off. Bang, bam, bam. We had the 7.8 that got dropped down to a 7.4. That happened right here. Yeah, updating 2 stops away. So we also have Karangatang is active, Raung, and Soputan. A couple of volcanoes that are active here. This region right here, then, super active volcanically and earthquake-wise. All right? So that's kind of interesting. Down here is Java, and this is Semeru in the armpit of that area. Now down here where the seahorses are, right? We got Little Toe B and Little Toe Low. Both of these been banging off, right? So those two, this one here, and Merapi, and up here, Carinci and Merapi, MA versus ME, right? So those are the main volcanoes that are super active in Indonesia on that end. Over here, Manam volcano has been active, and Ulawan has been active, and Bagana in this part of the Papua New Guinea. Now, as we move into the Vanuatu, Yasur is active, so is Aoba. Both of these volcanoes are active. This is where the 7.3 hit. And then we got Hungatunga Happy Eye that blew itself up a couple years ago, and Home Reef. This area has been active, and that's right about here. Yeah, right there. 7.6 that happened last month on the 23rd. So bang here, bang right here, and then again, bang right here, all after, see there's a 7.4 happened in 25, and here's an 8 that happened in 1889. So big stuff can happen in that region. So if I did the 30 days, we can look at, that's where a 6.0 happened, but you can see the swarm that took place in the 30 days. Here's the 7.4, right? And I'll go like this for you. I'll find that paste. So right there, 7.4, 7.4, and what's the date on that one? 4.1, 35 depth. 4/1/. Sorry, my shoulder hurts today. 26. Pretty big quake right there. So 3 major quakes, bang, and then the other one was in Vanuatu. I don't have that one on here, but I can do that. And then zoom on out, right? Here's a 6.2. So a 6, a 6.2, and then a bam, a big giant earthquake right there. Happened within a month, right? Vanuatu's right in here. This is where it hit. 7.3. That took place on the 30th. So go like this. Right in there. Right next to Aoba. 7.3 3/30/26, right? And then we can take this one. Yep, strike slip area description. Done. Walleye King, buddy, he missed a month. He just refreshed. Appreciate that, buddy. His subscription. I want to thank you for your subscriptions and your gratuities. There's a sign there how to put a gratuity in if you like. Only if you like. All right. I hate asking for money and support, so I just try to do it automatically. And I'll leave it there for you. So Canloan, I showed you where that was. Simiru into strong pyroclastic flow again. You know, these pyroclastic flows on Simiru, which is one of the most active eruptive volcanoes in Indonesia. 5:30 p.m. local time, a massive pyroclastic flow descended over the southern slope. The block of ash flow has been likely triggered by a gravitational collapse of the lava dome. Again, that's what Shivaluch has, and it blew its top, little cork, right? In the inner summit crater, as well as the lava flow on a steep slope of the volcano. It also formed a secondary ash column, so-called phoenix clouds, as can be seen in the image above here, right? And it rose about 2 kilometers above the summit. Pyroclastic flows are deadly, turbulent, hot avalanche of lava rock fragments of all sizes, embedded in a mixture of turbulent gases and racing down the slopes. Avoid all activities within 8 kilometers of the summit and the southern eastern sector of the Bazook River, which currently the most hazardous area right now on the western face, right? Beyond the 8 kilometer zone, people should stay at least 500 meters away from the riverbanks along the Bazook River, as this area remains at risk for potential expansion of pyroclastic density currents and lava flows, which may travel up to 13 kilometers away. So this sucker here, man, is no joke. We watched it where it enveloped a city the other day. So pyroclastic flows are kicking its butt. It's a 12,000 foot mountain, and it's popping constantly to 15,000. But pyroclastic flows are, high density and flowing down the face. So Simiru, Eastern Java, banging away. Fuego over in Guatemala, 14,000. It's a 12,003. So, and she's squeaky clean. Taal volcano, 20 or 200 feet. I think that's 20. That's not 20,000. That's 200 feet. It's a 1,000-foot mountain. It's a super volcano. And what are they saying here? Latest news. Here we go. I watched Taal because it's active super volcano. And there's another one we need to talk about too, and we'll talk about that in a minute here. A warning, it's a 3 out of 5 right now, so it's super, super active. Yeah, it looks like 2,000 feet. All right, so it went 2,000, it's 1,000 foot right now. So usually it's hot steam popping out of Taal. Sangay, they're in Ecuador on the Colombian border and the Peruvian border. Sangay is in the south and Reventador is in the north. So this is the Peruvian border, or near the Peruvian border. 21,000 feet out of a 17,000 foot mountain. There you go. There's Reventador, 14 out of an 11,000. So pretty active in Ecuador. And looking at the map, why would you think that this volcano and this volcano are active right here? Why not any of the other ones out here and over here and down here? Well, we do have one that's Sebankaya is active. That's in the armpit of, South America and Peru. Excuse me. God bless America. But why is this active? Well, there's subduction zone right outside here, and it's within that subduction zone. We've got, God bless America. Drink a little bit, let me. Yeah. San Guido and Fuego in Guatemala. A subduction zone out here. So a lot of activity here and a lot of activity out here. These are two spots where pressure is being released through the volcano, right? Or volcanoes. And then we have this area is active, and then this area is active, and then Taal way up here. So here, and here, then a couple of here, and then these down here. I mean, this whole region is full of volcanoes, and it's just telling us that the Philippine plate is subducting underneath, and it's creating an issue because the Pacific plate pushing on the Philippine plate, subducting and lifting it, pushing it down underneath, and creating problems, right? Down here we have the same thing, the Australian plate diving underneath, lifting up Indonesia, and volcanoes all the way up and down Sumatra and Java, and a couple out here in the mountains, or in the islands near Timor. So primarily a lot of earthquakes, big earthquakes happen in this region, the maritime continent. Also in Japan we have Sakurajima been acting up right here, and we've had a couple of earthquakes out that way. There is a report that the right here is a super volcano, and it's filling up with magma. Yeah. And also there's two reports now. I kind of letting it wait. Can't be flagrant. Vesuvius is now infilling again. And can't be flagrant, the supervolcano right here, it's filling up with magma. They were trying to say, scientists are now saying it, but the city officials are saying it's just steam rising up, gas rising up from down below. Well, that's liquid turning the rock into molten rock and heating it up, cracking it, breaking it up, and releasing gases to the surface, letting you know magma's down there and it's rising. So strong earthquakes in Vesuvius and the like. I don't know if USGS will even show it. Let me see here. They got one old 2.2. I have to go to the EMSC and find it, because I don't know if they'll show Italy here. And this is 5 hours. Let's zoom in to Italy, and I'll just keep zooming out till I see something. They're in here. Okay. Southern Italy 3.4. Yeah. So that popped. Right? That's can't be flagrant. All right. Again, can't be flagrant. Greece is banging away pretty strong. I don't have the list of Italy's list of earthquakes. But yeah, there's been strong earthquakes around the Campi Flegrei area. And that should be an indicator of something happening, and we should be aware of that. Even Etna's banging off. A volcano is banging off, and not Santorini, but I forget the other one that's just offshore of the boot of Italy. But as you can see, all these earthquakes. There's the one there. I think that's the Campi Flegrei one. 3.4, southern Italy. Yeah. Yeah. Right there in the middle of the super volcano. So, I mean, that's happening. So, volcanically speaking, the world is pretty active. Simiru doing 15. We already saw that. Shavush on Thursday. 26,000, 27,000 feet. Dakono, 8,000 feet. Man, is it kicking off. So that's what's happening today. Looking at the latest Mexico earthquakes for you. This will cover the 2 days. A42. He's saying, fix those eyes there, buddy. Yeah, we're all praying for you and expecting good things. He said Monday at 2:20 p.m. So Monday, right about when we finish our morning report. And dun dun dun. Two steps away. Yep. About 9:50. All right, about an hour. Colima volcanoes and Colima state is pretty active. Acapulco and Guerrero, Oaxaca, and then Veracruz, and which it's mainly Oaxaca. Oaxaca's a big state, and then Chiapas too. Offshore, you can see a nice line working its way up, right? Ding, 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 over, ding, 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 over, ding, ding. Is the chicken leg moving? Seems like a lot of resistance down here, so it's swinging to the left. And then up in the middle by the San Felipe Gap. So back to the USGS. We've already looked at Canada and the like. And terrain. Here we go. It appears West Texas is going off still at a 3.2. Up by Reno, 2.5 is in Walker, California. And then, of course, Brook Trails, California, which is basically where north of the volcano. So, the Macama Fault acting up. Mm-hmm. And then we move offshore Oregon, and we have a 3.9 that took place yesterday. Out in the middle of the Gulf of Alaska, though, 4.2 happened today. This is kind of interesting because there's some volcanoes up in here that grew up down here, and it took 10 million years to go from here to there. Yeah, pretty quick mover. Alaska, we were getting some internal 4.5 over there, some smaller ones up along the coast, and this is the latest, of course, 2.6. Interesting how they all lead right into Fairbanks and then up into the northern part of Canada. You'll see, northern part of Canada. You'll see this is the 4.5. A smattering of earthquakes following the plate boundary, which is subducting underneath, lifting all this up. And then Kamchatka looping down. Nothing in Japan except for this one right here, 4.7, that took place yesterday. Interesting earthquake out here in Micronesia, 5.1 that took place yesterday. Interesting. It's like back pressure hitting the movement of the Pacific Plate. Right now, we have the latest 4.7, the bottom of the Philippines, and also near Halimar in the Malacca Sea, 4.6 that took place yesterday. And then also right here, 5.1 that took place today. So this banged and then this banged. It's back pressure. Boom, 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 right? Then as you move, you have by Timor, 4.9 yesterday. Then up here, 4.6, and that's Andaman Sea. There is a little island with a volcano on it over here, right up there, I think. And I can show you that way up here. So that earthquake right by Barren Island, right? So Barren Island's right there. And this earthquake took place right here in the Andaman Sea. The Nicobar Islands that run right down here, and then, of course, the NIS region right down here. All of these are on a mountain range that come up and through into Burma or, that area. So it's interesting how some are in the ocean and some are on land, and they're all related. Pressure moving this way. This is the area super, super danger. If you remember the 2014, where it took out Banda Aceh, Phuket, and over here in Sri Lanka, it bounced around in this giant fish bowl because it was a 9.2, and it ruptured 800 kilometers, and that created a tsunami. So we'll be watching that area as well, especially with all this volcanic activity happening around this region. It's like, is it building up for a big one? I don't hear too much about the volcanoes there on Sumatra, so maybe it is building. I always watch this region right here, everywhere in this maritime continent. And then Vanuatu, nothing, and Fiji has a little one. I think it took place yesterday. Yesterday, 4.9 at 336 depth, south of Fiji, by Tonga. So, pretty much that's it on the U.S. A couple little dingers off of the Rick James Ridge 4.8 and a 4.5. We'll be watching these, see if they get any bigger. If they do, then we're going to watch out for Iceland. Well, we'll see. There is a quake down in Chile, a 4.2. We had some activity along this one, and it hasn't transpired too much out here. We'll see if it goes into Mexico and then into northern Cal or into southern Cal. Looking at southern Cal right now on the Cal Seismo. Go live here. This guy is a really good help. Cal at CA Seismograph. They're on YouTube. I'm not sponsored or sponsoring anything. I'm just letting you know that the information is there for you. You can look it up. You got a drum, the old drum. And he's saying Guam had the 4.9, the Philippines had a 4.7. And you can see the major earthquakes. And Southern Cal, the movement and the tendency to see something. A possible 2 or 3 happening in Parkfield right now. Which, if we went to the SCSN, and we would see it, Parkfield is up north. Up in northern Cal, maybe it'll transpond or translate down south, but this is all southern Cal, so you can watch it. This is Southern California Seismic Network, SCSN. I monitor these and the like. So, looking at your storm index today, looks like Kansas and Missouri, southern Nebraska, and a little bit of Iowa, and it's moving into Illinois and the Ohio Valley. That seems to be a concern area. Also, from Oregon to California, a little more concern. There's a slight risk of thunder storms are forecasted today and tonight. Okay, it doesn't mean you're going to not have any storms, but you're going to have some. Be aware of that. Look at the College of DuPage and the satellite view of the western half. And we'll look at here. Looks like something big out there here. There we go. Look at the dirty. How much moisture is way out here, out to sea. Looks like a high pressure up in here. Let's see. Nope, it's a low pressure. High pressure over the Four Corners here in the west. And it looks like these rains here that we're seeing is going to go into Mexico, then come up to Texas, quite possibly. Big low pressure moving in northern Cal right now. And let me see what's going on. Global, way up top. Yeah, low pressure here. All this big storm moving across the, coming out of Europe, bringing a lot of moisture up into the Alaskan islands. Yeah, this is going into it's going into Canada and into the Yucatan. The one on the bottom is coming off of Hawaii, and it's going through Baja. Interesting enough, a big storm going across the just above the border, and looks like our boy Luke had some high winds, some heavy rains, and some slight snow, and then it's going away. I think that's what's happening, and also more moving through, less than the other one. The wind's going to change for him. It's going to come out of the northwest rather than spinning and swirling out of the northeast. And mom looks okay. Timmy, he's got a little bit of weather, not much. And everybody in Cali, well, it's unstable. And we'll be watching for anything to be happening there. East Coast has pretty good weather. Just the Ohio Valley and north into Wisconsin and Michigan and that. And Texas, eastern Texas, and the deep south have some humidity. And it looks like that's okay. So, well, I guess that'll do it for me today. Like I said, I have got to get out there and be ready for the delivery. They're going to make sure they put it in the yard, not in the front yard. But anyway, big hugs, y'all, and we'll see you tomorrow. And remember, in the morning show here, we do try to tell you about Walleye King's show tomorrow at 10 p.m. or Friday, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we'll see him having a good show, and we'll just put the globe on, and then we'll all go over there and support him and his channel. All right. So big hugs, y'all. Remember, don't get none on you, and love you.
Well, howdy there, friends. Let me introduce. I'm Joe Slick. Yeah, I'm here to produce. Citizen journalist, I'm out on the scene 24/7. I'm living the dream. Got my camera rolling, ready for the scoop. With my trusty crew, we're a wild bunch of troops. From dawn till dusk, we'll uncover it all, rattling the truth in this media brawl. Come take a journey with me. Come ride on my train. We'll dive into the long and winding lane. Events and phenomena we're here to share. Joe Slick and the crew are going everywhere. Morning reports at 8 will break down the news. In Arizona time, we'll light up your views. From Monday to Friday, we bring you the light. Unveiling the shadows, we'll put them in sight. Wednesdays and Saturdays, the rabbit hole's live at 7 p.m. where the truth will thrive. Digging deep, uncovering the lies. Sifting through the chaos, we're reaching for the skies. So tune in, friends, don't you ever miss. Joe Slick's got the stories that you shouldn't dismiss. Come take a journey with me. Come ride on my train. We'll dive into the long and winding lane. Events and phenomena we're here to share. Joe Slick and the crew are going everywhere. The weekly wrap-up, Fridays at 5. Catch all the highlights, feel the vibe. So grab a front row seat, let's unravel the tale. With passion and grit, we'll never fail. We're on this mission, yeah, we're gonna shine. Join the journey, my friends, it's about that time. Remember what I say, let it stick in your head. Don't get known on you, just words that we spread. Come take a journey with me. Come ride on my train. We'll dive into the long and winding lane. Events and phenomena we're here to share. Joe Slick and the crew are going everywhere. Morning reports at 8 will break down the news. In Arizona time, we'll light up your views. So here's my invitation, don't let it slide. Joe Slick's got the stories, come take a ride. With a wink and a smile, we'll navigate the path. Together we'll find truth Let's do the math. Citizen journalist, I take pride in my name. Joe Slick's on the mic, we're changing the game.